I don't know why it defaulted me to, like, Korean. Let's turn the volume down a little bit. Okay, let's start with the tutorial. I've not played this before, so probably helps to understand what I'm doing. Hello, Manager. Welcome to Lobotomy Corporation. Starting today, you're responsible for managing the abnormalities we have and ensuring that we meet the daily energy quota. What? Move the camera of WASD. Right mouse button, okay. And zoom in and out. When you hover your mouse over an agent, some information will be shown in the top right corner. Please try selecting an agent by pressing the primary mouse button. Well done. Information displayed in the panel on the right is related to the selected agent, and this information is vital, such as their statistics and EGO equipment. Please view the section in the manager's manual titled The Agents for more information about what this information means. Super. Okay, well, we seem to have some kind of attack values, defense values from their equipment, their uniform, HP, Thor, SP, Temperance, Justice. A bar at the top left of the screen displays the amount of energy you need to collect to end the day. Top right corner lists what missions you are able to attempt today. Our company produces energy when a product called positive enkephalin, PE, a green box, is released by an abnormality. An abnormality generates PE boxes when it is being worked on. Please click on the containment unit holding an abnormality with the primary mouse button. Okay. Since you have yet to unlock any information about this abnormality, you have no way of knowing how it will respond to the 4 different work types. Hi, Cheyenne! Hi, Makini! Welcome! Thanks for joining! Good to see you both. In order to learn this information, an agent will need to perform work with it. For now, please select the first work type available, Instinct Work. Instinct Work satiates an abnormality's psychological needs and desires. When an agent conducts instinct work, their fortitude will increase at the end of the day, raising their health points. Now please click the agent. Each work you can request your agents to perform with an abnormality will have different results. The success rate for... Oh, okay. If your employee is not mentally ready, abnormalities may appear more frightening and disturbing to them. As such, they may need to receive fear damage when encountering abnormalities. Or no, they may receive fear damage. which will lower their sanity points SP. Oh, so those aren't special points. Okay. Employees with a lower grade will take more fear damage from encounters with abnormalities of higher risk levels. Okay. Zero dash 00-00 is a training dummy who sincerely believes he's an employee of our facility. Abnormalities release encaphalin when agents work with them. Collect this into what we call E-boxes. Depending on how the agent performs during the work process, the abnormality will either respond positively or negatively. When it reacts positively, it will release positive encaphalin, which produces a green PE box. Powering self-preservation. However, if the abnormality reacts negatively, it will release negative encaphalin instead and damage the agent. Please keep in mind that when an agent's HP or SP drops completely, the work process will be forcefully terminated. And from the sounds of it, probably so will the agent. Thinking about the center of the Earth. Pressing bodily static responses. An abnormality's mood might change depending on the outcome of the work done with it. This outcome can be predicted based on the amount of PE boxes we obtain during the work process. An abnormality typically has 3 states of response: good, neutral, and bad. Depending on the outcome, it may use a special ability or attempt to escape. When the work process is completed, the PE boxes are collected. In addition to PE boxes that count towards the daily energy quota, each abnormality also produces a set of PE boxes unique to them. These PE boxes are stored and shown in the abnormality's unique PE boxes counter. These can be used to unlock more of an abnormality's information or to extract EGO equipment. Okay. Your work has been completed with an abnormality. You can send another agent to work with it for a short period of time. Until you can work with... or you cannot send another agent to work with it for a short period of time. Until you can work with it again, you can send your agents to work with other abnormalities or let them heal up in the main room. Whenever the department regenerator gauge fills completely, employees in the main room will be healed. This will restore both their health and sanity. Okay. Whenever the department... Oh, okay. Let's try ordering an agent to work with a new method. First, click on the agent with the primary mouse button. Now we use the secondary mouse button to click on the containment unit. Please be aware that you can accidentally deselect the agent during this process. Oh, I'm supposed to send them to the agent. We still don't know much about this abnormality, so please order the agent to perform insight work with it. Wait, why do I have 2 options for the same character? This doesn't make any sense! There's clones! Seem to have collected a sufficient number of this abnormality's PE boxes. It's time to learn about observation. Please press the nameplate displayed at the top of the containment unit. Okay. At the moment, it displays the subject number instead of the name. After unlocking the abnormality's basic information, the name will be displayed instead. This displays the current information we have on the abnormality. As you can see, we still have very little knowledge about it, as most of it is locked away. Okay. You will need to spend some of the unique PE boxes we collected from the abnormality to gain specific information. Please try to unlock the basic information about the abnormality now. Details and tips concerning the management of the abnormality are displayed here. If there is something the abnormality dislikes, it can result in a decrease of its Quilipoth counter and cause problems with the rest of our energy production. Please be sure you unlock and read the abnormality encyclopedias thoroughly. Now try to unlock this information. How the abnormality reacts to different work types is displayed here. The greater the preference for a certain work type, the more successful the work process will be. The number on the left indicates the virtue level an agent needs to perform that level of work. Please unlock all this information now. What? Okay. I don't see any difference between those. Oh, very high and common. Huh. I don't know what means what. Continue on. This area shows the maximum QC counter, which is short than that, of the abnormality. It will also inform you on whether an abnormality is capable of escaping, as well as its damage resistances when it does. Knowing what an abnormality is weak to will be crucial in handling any escape situations. Try to unlock this information now. You have now maximized the observation level of this abnormality. When you fully unlock a section of the encyclopedia, the observation level of the abnormality will increase. This will provide additional benefits when working with the abnormality, such as an increased work speed or success rate. Once the observation level reaches a certain point, the extraction of EGO equipment from the abnormality will become available at the cost of its unique PE boxes. EGO weapons are powerful tools that can help with the suppression of abnormalities. Please extract one now. Costs 5 boxes, it looks like? Oh, you can get a maximum of 5 of them. Okay. EGO suits offer increased resistances to certain types of damage. Inversely, some forms of damage may cause greater wounds depending on what EGO suit is in use. Please extract one now. Well done, Manager. Here you can view what EGO gift the abnormality may present to an agent. If this information is unlocked, each time an agent finishes the work process with an abnormality, they will have the possibility of receiving the EGO gift displayed here. Please note that the chances of this occurring tend to be rather slim. Lastly, let's take a look at the abnormality's observation records. Please click on the text Abnormality Story. In this section of the encyclopedia, you can read through the observation records of the abnormality. New lines will be added as your observation level increases. Now then, it seems we've reviewed everything. Please exit the window by clicking on Close. Now that you've unlocked the basic information, some of it is displayed at the top of the containment unit. Furthermore, we have unlocked the list of its favored works. We know that the abnormality prefers attachment work. Let's try out ordering an agent to perform attachment work with it. Please click on the abnormality's containment unit. Okay, attachment. Seeing as you've learned the preferences for attachment work, the success rate of the agent will have and the amount of time needed to perform the work are displayed. You'll also see the various details of the agent by mousing over them. This will allow you to make mindful decisions when giving out orders. Please select the agent to do the work. There's one last thing I should warn you about. Each time an agent enters a containment unit to work with an abnormality, the Quilipoth Quiff-off meltdown gauge will fill by 1 tick. When the gauge fills completely, a quiff-off meltdown will occur throughout the facility. The number on the right part of the gauge indicates the number of containment units that will be affected. Affected containment units will receive a meltdown alarm and have an alert around them. When a meltdown occurs, the containment unit will receive, or will have a timer displayed along the alarm. Oh, can I not? Oh. Okay. Well, it would be nice if the tutorial let me actually finish reading things. Meltdown can be resolved by performing works with the abnormalities whose containment units are affected. If the meltdown is not dismissed within the time limit, a portion of the energy we have collected will be lost, and the meltdown, the QC of the containment unit will immediately drop to 0. Please try to prevent this from happening. You can find more detailed information about this in the work count penalties section of your manager's manual. Well, each time a Q meltdown occurs in the facility, the meltdown... I would really like to just pause. You know, like, the tutorial feels kind of pointless if it doesn't give you time to read the tutorial. And most of the stuff that it walked me through here was not stuff that I couldn't have easily discovered on my own. What it didn't tell me was the important things, like what all these numbers mean. Okay, now, shall we finish the workday? All you need to do is press the button at the top, okay? Might as well. After completing the workday, any agent who has performed work will have their status values increased according to the work types they performed. After these values pass a certain point, their corresponding virtue level will increase. The agent's level can also increase if their virtues are high enough. Those who achieve this will be promoted and shown in the list below. Okay. Survival rate 100%. Are they expected to sometimes die? Do they come back if they die? You'll also receive LOB as a reward for your hard work in accordance with your management ranking. You can ensure a high rank by keeping more of your agents alive at the end of the day. Oh, maybe that's a survival rate total of all of your agents? The higher your ranking, the more LOB you receive. However, if there is any abnormality loose when you choose to complete the workday, you'll lose some of the LOB that you could have otherwise earned. What is LOB, though? Like, what's it for? You can view which missions you managed to successfully complete throughout the day here. Anytime you clear a mission, you'll be able to conduct research in the department it came from at the start of the next day. Once management has been finished, you can elect to advance to the next day or retry the current day. Dead agents and lost EGO equipment will be recovered if you decide to retry. However, you will also lose any abnormality observations, PE boxes, extracted EGO equipment, and promotions you earned if you begin the day anew. Make sense? Finally, please click the button to skip to the next day. From here, I will instruct you on deployment. Yeah, okay. When a mission is successfully completed, you'll be able to conduct a research project. The proposals for a department's various research projects are displayed at the start of each day during deployment. To select a research project, click and drag it to the open slot at the lower right, then click Proceed to confirm your choice. Please try to do so with this sample proposal. Temporary educational purpose integrated research. Research affects projects that actively assemble summons. Geo-visualization, damage normalization will be activated temporarily for the duration of the manager's education. These functions will be properly activated once the requisite research is completed. Very wordy. Recall how you were rewarded LOB for your skill during management? You can see the total amount of LOB you have garnered here. For this part of my instruction, I'll show you how to spend some of your LOB to hire new agents and how to deploy them. Let's begin by hiring some new agents. Try pressing the Hire button. Here you can view the information and appearance of your soon-to-be new hire. You can adjust their virtues by clicking on the arrows next to each one. If, for example, you desired to hire an agent with more HP, you could increase their fortitude. Let's try that right now. As you increase the virtue levels of an agent before hiring them, the amount of LOB required will increase as well. The higher the values, the more LOB they will cost. You may need to consider thoroughly how much LOB you are willing to spend on just one agent, as well as how much you will have afterwards before finalizing your decisions. Once you've finished adjusting your agent to how you want them to be, you can press the Hire button again to finalize the procedure. Please do so now. Okay. The agent you are customizing has just been hired. How about we take a look at their information again? Please click on the agent. Just like we viewed their information during management, information about your agents will be displayed here just the same. If you think your agent could utilize some strengthening in one of their virtues, you can do so by fortifying them. Please click on the Strengthen Employee button. Exactly as we adjusted them during hiring, you can adjust them here. Remember that as stated prior, it will cost additional LOB to do so. Try augmenting Prudence by level 1. Please press Confirm. Okay. Seems your new employee is ready to be deployed. Let's do so by clicking and dragging the agent over to the control team. Well done. Now to give them some equipment. If you recall, we extracted some EGO equipment from the abnormality yesterday. You can give that to our new employees. Or to our employees. To view it, please press the EGO list button. Currently displayed is a list of available EGO weapons and their information. Now click on one of your agents in the list to the right to select them. Okay. Now assign an EGO weapon to your selected agent by clicking one of the empty slots. Continuing on, let's take a look at the list of available EGO suits. Please click on the Suit tab. Okay. Just as before, assign one of your agents by clicking on an empty slot. Okay. Please take a moment to test equipping other employees with both EGO weapons and EGO suits. Excellent work. You should head back to the deployment screen. Please exit the list. It appears there is a mission awaiting you for today. It is not necessary to clear every mission you have immediately, but it is recommended handle them soon so that you'll be able to conduct a research the following day. Last thing, if you have any further questions involving the management process or deployment, you can always review the manual by clicking this button on top. The manual can also be opened at any time by pressing the F1 key. Next, I will briefly explain how to deal with emergency situations that may arise while you are managing abnormalities. When you're ready, please begin the next day of management. And hello to my new viewer, welcome! Thank you for joining. Allow me to explain how a manager should deal with emergency situations. The number displayed here is the QC. It will decrease if you happen to violate the managerial guidelines shown in the Abnormalities Encyclopedia, or if you fail to avert a QM in time. So now you must be wondering what happens when the Clipthoth counter drops to 0, no? Shall we find out? Please select the containment unit and order an agent to perform regression work. They've broken out. Dispatch units to deal with it. When their QC counter reaches 0, they'll either escape or use a special ability. Such things can lead to rather inconvenient situations. This particular abnormality happens to escape. Our agents cannot work with it while it is escaping, so we need to suppress it. Please click on the escaped abnormality. Abnormalities can inflict 4 types of damage. Red, which decreases health, white, which decreases sanity, black, which decreases both HP and SP, and pale, which decreases health by a percentage based on the target's maximum HP. Agents equipped with EGO can also utilize one of these 4 damage types. And it's weak to white. Furthermore, abnormalities have a set of defenses for these damage types. Some forms of attack may be weak, while others could be fatal. You can suppress an abnormality more effectively when your agents attack using the damage types an abnormality is weak against. This abnormality deals red damage and is weak to white damage. How convenient that our agents are all equipped with EGO suits which resist red and EGO weapons that deal white damage. One other thing, if an agent is using an EGO weapon whose grade is higher than the abnormality's risk level, they will deal more damage to the abnormality and take less damage as well. In our current situation, the EGO's grade and the abnormality's risk level are the same. Teth equals Teth. So this does not apply. When the suppression UI is on display, you can take note of what EGO each agent has been equipped with before sending them into combat. Hovering your mouse over an agent will also allow you to check up on their defenses. Now please click an agent to begin suppressing our escaped abnormality. Coming face to face with an abnormality, especially so when it is on loose, can be quite shocking and frightening to your employees. Just like when an agent enters a containment unit, they may receive fear damage. If the risk level of the abnormality is high while the agent's level is low, it will cause a heavier strain on their mind and lower a portion of their SP. It appears that this abnormality is a bit too strong for just one agent to suppress. This is a good time to remind you that if an agent dies, the EGO they were assigned will be lost as well. Now, let's order the rest of the employees to help suppress this abnormality. Please select the other 2 agents by clicking and dragging them with the primary mouse button. Oh, I see. Next, click on the abnormality. Immediately order them to suppress it. Be aware that you can accidentally deselect the agent during this process. It is much safer, easier as well to give your orders when you pause. You can pause the flow of time by pressing the icon at the lower left, or by pressing the spacebar on your keyboard. Realistically, I think one agent could have handled it, but... you've done well handling the situation. Let's move our employees back to the main room of their department. Please select them all by clicking and dragging with the primary mouse button. Okay. I'm selected. Use the secondary to click on the main room. Okay. Important to note that you can also use what you've learned here to have them wait on standby in other locations, such as hallways in other departments. Oh, one of them has lost it. When an employee's sanity falls to 0, they will panic. A panicked employee will show different behaviors depending on their highest virtue. If you wish to learn more about this, please refer to the section Employee Panic in the Manager's Manual. Now, please click on the currently panicking employee with the primary mouse button. Agents can be recovered from their panic when their SP is restored completely to 100%. SP can be restored with white or black EGO weapons. Conveniently, all of our agents are equipped with an EGO that deals white damage. We select all available agents and order them to suppress the panicked employee. That was excellent, truly well done. If you ever happen to fall into a situation that you wish you could redo, such as turning back time to avoid the death of an agent, you can do so by pressing escape and clicking the rewind to memory repository button, or by clicking retry. When you choose memory repository, you'll go back to the most recent imprinted day. Retry, on the other hand, will start you back at the current day's deployment. Okay. Lastly, let's call all our agents back to the main room of their department. You can of course do this by selecting them and manually moving them to the secondary mouse button, or there is an even easier manner. Next to the regenerator gauge of each department is a recall button. You can use this button to summon all your agents back to their respective home department's main room. Please try doing this. This concludes our basic manager training and education. If any questions or concerns happen to cross your mind while you're on the job, you can always refer to the manual by pressing F1 or by opening it from the escape menu. Lastly, there will be tooltips that appear if you mouse over the various interfaces, and wait a moment, I wish you good luck and lasting health at Lobotomy Corporation Manager. I'm going to step away just a moment to get some more water and a tiny bite of a snack, and I will be right back. What does the story button do? Oh, interesting. Okay, let's try out our first day on the job. Start a new game with the current abnormality observation levels. What? Yes. Was there a place I could adjust that? Oh. It feeds on the evil that seeps out during conversations between people. O-03-03. Hello, X. Hi, Angela. I give you a warm welcome to Lobotomy Corporation. I'm Angela, your advisor and secretary. My role as an AI is to assist you in adjusting to your workplace. So please have no worry in speaking with me or asking any questions. Even an AI can have a nice name, did you know that? I was born from one of the wings of the world. It signifies that I am one of the best to exist in this age. Ah, I know that you must be thinking. Your eyes show that you think I look too human to be an AI, am I wrong? However, there is a great difference between us. I am bound here. I cannot go wherever I please like you do. I may be able to operate the system of this corporation to open a door or prepare a cup of coffee for you, but I cannot take a step outside of this building to bask in the sunlight or feel the gentle breeze. Now, in regards to my appearance, as you can see, the color of my hair is that of the morning sky after a light shower. The tone and shape of my voice is taken from the wisest person in the world. Lastly, my face is picturesque of the person who had the most beautiful smile. Don't worry, that was a joke. There can be no such person on this earth. My appearance was designed with attractiveness to the largest number of people possible in mind. If the way I look is pleasing to your eye, then I am working as intended. Moving on, artificial intelligence is much more efficient in comparison to humans in terms of multitasking. I am the best in a majority of work fields. I am able to handle the work of several dozen people at once. I'm certain many people have lost their jobs because of me. It's such a shame. Well, enough with the introductions. Is there anything that you would like to know? Can you inform me about the company? This is not a bad thing to ask about. Let me put it this way. Your world is constantly growing, and the demand for energy is exponentially increasing as technologies advance. All conventional energy sources combined could not sustain the world further. In search for a solution, we happened to stumble upon mysterious beings whom we dubbed abnormalities. Then we figured out that energy could be harvested from these abnormalities via a special method. To isolate them in a controlled environment and then to harvest energy from them. Very SCP. I'm fairly sure that inspired this game. Our corporation became one of the wings of the world for this discovery that benefits humanity in two ways. Once you are fully placed into the role as the manager, you will be able to access all the current information on the abnormalities from the encyclopedia. It's very important that you know and understand these beings well to be successful in your position. For now, the encyclopedia's pages lay blank, but it will be filled out little by little. Don't concern yourself too much with it. It is the task of your subordinates dependent. You have joined the company at an opportune moment, by the way. The Lobotomy Corporation is always looking for ways to improve its harvesting processes. How come the AI is the one sitting in the chair? Our systems are continually updated to support this. Speaking of which, there was a new update to the system right before you arrived. That means the working conditions have been improved upon compared to those of your predecessors. Think of it as a small welcoming gift. Best of luck for us. I was just about to mention you. You don't understand the concepts of patience, do you? Oh, pardon my manners, Manager. I was talking to one of the other AIs that work here. Should I introduce her to you? Our facility is a huge one, and even I would have trouble managing it on my own. So someone determined that there should be an AI to assume head control of each department. If I were to be considered the cerebrum, then they would be the cerebellum. Naturally, of course, I should be your most trustworthy and capable companion among all the AIs. Well then, shall we greet her now?
That's all for this episode. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, or join me on Twitch or Twitter. Hope to see you next time on Yukikaze Gaming. Botany!